The Sanctuary of Our Lady of Lourdes is a sanctuary that includes several religious buildings and monuments around the grotto of Massabielle. It is the place where the events of the Lourdes apparitions occurred in 1858. Among them are the three basilicas: the Basilica of Our Lady of the Immaculate Conception, the Rosary Basilica, and the Basilica of St. Pius X. The sanctuary is a destination for the sick and disabled pilgrims, as the Lourdes water, which has flowed from the grotto since the apparitions, is reputed for miraculous healings. On the 11th of February 1858, a 14-year-old peasant girl called Bernadette Subiris said she saw a lady while playing near the grotto of Massabielle with her sister and a friend on the left bank of the Gave-le-Peau River. The lady was standing on a rose bush in a niche above the main cavity of the Massabielle grotto. From the 11th of February 1858 to the 16th of July 1858, Bernadette saw the same vision 18 times. The lady eventually introduced herself to Bernadette as the Immaculate Conception. During the apparitions, Bernadette was given instructions by the lady which were to prove central in the development of the sanctuary and its ceremonies. Bernadette was told to go and drink water from a spring which was to appear inside the grotto and wash herself with it. She was also told to go and tell the priests to build a chapel at the grotto site where people were to come in procession. During the months after the apparitions, public interest in the apparitions grew, and curious visitors began to be replaced by pilgrims from increasingly far away, drawn by compelling stories of apparitions and miracles. In 1862, a church was started. Bernadette spent much of the rest of her life in the convent of the Sisters of Charity at Lourdes, where she died in 1879 at the age of 35. She was beatified in 1925 and canonized in 1933. Pilgrims began flocking to Lourdes from all over France. The town had become one of the Christian world's most celebrated pilgrimage centers, and the numbers increased to such a degree that a second church was begun in 1883. The centenary year of 1958 brought 6 million pilgrims to Lourdes, and the usual annual figure is said to be 5 million. Many of them are sick and hoping to be healed. The first cure was reported in 1858, and in 1861 a commission of inquiry pronounced 15 of 100 reported cures to be miraculous. Between 1858 and in 1861 a commission of inquiry pronounced 15 of 100 reported cures to be miraculous. On the 9th apparition of Our Lady of Lourdes to Bernadette, that was on the 25th of February 1858, Our Lady told Bernadette to drink from the spring and bathe in it, but Bernadette was confused. There has never been a fountain nor a natural spring in Massabielle. She used her hand to dig into a moist patch of soil in the cave. As she did so, and the ground beneath her got wetter, and a little pool of water was formed. She had trouble swallowing the muddy water and then washed her face in them. The next day the flow of the water from the hole was streaming out of the grotto towards the river. Bernadette, who was the first to consume the water, was never healed of her chronic asthma and other ailments. She explained that Our Lady said that, "I do not promise to make you happy in this world but in the other." This is the photo of the actual grotto in Lourdes in the year 1858. The apparition appeared where the arrow is pointed. On the fifth visit, Bernadette was asked to bring candles. The healing spring water is inside the cave on the left. On the 11th of May was celebrated the International Military Pilgrimage for 2023. We attended the 10 a.m. Mass for Christian initiation at St. Bernadette. Water from the spring flows into an underground channel and then distributed to the baths and the many water stations. The current baths were built in 1955 and then upgraded in 1972 and in 1980. There are 17 separate bath cubicles, 11 for women and 6 for men. After the COVID pandemic, immersion is no longer available. Instead, the volunteers pour water in the hands of the pilgrims. The pilgrim then wash their face and forearms with the miraculous spring water. There is a saying that, to one who has faith, no explanation is necessary, and to one without faith, no explanation is possible. For those who are unable to participate in the bath, the miraculous spring water can be filled in containers and taken home with you. Small empty bottles in packs of 10 are available in the shops outside the church premises. A funnel is also provided in the same bag for you to fill them up later. On the 11th of May was celebrated the International Military Pilgrimage for 2023. We attended the 10 a.m. Mass for Christian initiation at St. Bernadette. The International Military Pilgrimage (PMI) was organizing for the 63rd pilgrimage to Lourdes under the leadership of Antoine de Romanat, Bishop of the French Armed Forces. Every May, in Lourdes, the Bishop of the French Armed Forces brings together the great international military family, the Sentinels of Peace, according to St. John Paul II. The International Military Pilgrimage also brings with it a wide range of colorful and shimmering uniforms, headdresses, hats, boots, decorations, insignia or banners. On the 18th of February 1858, the day of the third apparition, one of the two people accompanying Bernadette had carried a candle. After this, Bernadette herself always came with a candle. The iconic Lourdes torchlight procession, known throughout the world, was introduced to Lourdes in 1863 by Father Marie-Antoine. The Marian procession is the most popular celebration in Lourdes. Pilgrims come with their banners, and sick pilgrims are always anxious to attend when they can. You can carry a candle with its paper wind protector on which the traditional Ave Maria of Lourdes is printed, recalling the story of the apparitions. When Our Lady appeared to Bernadette, she saw the rosary around the right hand of Our Lady, and this is why you will find all the statues of Our Lady in Lourdes holding the rosary around her right hand. The Grottes de Betharram are magnificent caves of Betharram which are located between the cities of Po and Lourdes. The caves are located 15 kilometers from Lourdes. It takes around 30 minutes by cab to reach the caves. There are tour timings to visit the caves. Before you go to the caves, there is a building with a waiting area. Here there is a well-built model of the caves to see. Then you are taken by a bus higher up to the hills. The tour begins with the upper section of the caves with marvelous concretions with amazing shapes enhanced by the particularly careful lighting. The caves were discovered in 1810 and opened to the public in 1903. There are 5 levels, each is in different period of time. These caves are composed of vast galleries and immense chambers adorned with numerous geological formations of stalactites and stalagmites. Then you descend to an 80-meter abyss where you are accompanied by a guide. As you descend to the lowest level, you are taken to an underground river in a small boat.
Weiße Wasserfall.
To finish the tour, you then board a little train that follows a 700-meter subterranean trail. At the exit there is a shop with a restaurant.